I was really bored because I wasn't allowed to work in a gym anymore. And one of my girlfriends started webcamming, and she was like, babe, I'm making quite a lot of money from this, and I'm only working like 2 hours a day.
Everything in your body is turned on.
Exactly.
Your mind is turned on, your heart is turned on, your vagina is turned on. Like everything is on. And it's just that feeling of being desired.
Why don't you offer like bespoke cleaning services where you're naked?
Oh wow. Oh wow. Creativity running through the roof. That's very creative. Okay.
And I was obviously a bit tipsy, so I was like, fuck it, can I swear?
Oh yeah.
I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna text them now. And I think I offered them like naked or with underwear. And I put down like loads of rules, like you're not allowed to touch.
Hello, Anna.
Hi. Okay.
So on the topic of authenticity, how's your day been?
Mine's been fine. You're the one that has.
All right.
Spilling your water. So tell us the story. What happened to your? I think you should give us a little twirl, actually.
Actually, you know, since embracing all your authentic self, so this happened to me.
It's so sad.
Elegante, but my Gojek bike decided to have a little adventure. So I'm just embracing all sides of me. There's a classy woman, and there's the jungle woman with no clothes on. So
I just couldn't decide, basically,
Yeah.
whether it was hot pants or
yeah,
elegant. I think you could make it a fashion.
I think it's a sign of you actually being my friend, because I know I'm gonna come here and laugh with you. But if it's some other people that like,
That's
then you get
nice.
serious and you're like, oh my god, what's he
What are they
gonna
gonna
think
think?
about me? Like I can't have to go back and get change. I'm just like, we're just gonna fucking laugh about it.
It really doesn't matter at the end of the
Yeah.
day, does it? It makes it more interesting.
Also, no prep. Usually got papers. I've usually like got questioned down. Just got also now.
We've been like holding back conversation though, like
For ages.
literally like 2 weeks. We've been like, don't tell me that. Save it for the podcast. So
Because every time we start to
Yeah.
speak, it's like, this is like a reality show. Is
Yeah.
this like literally a podcast right here? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I like when things are authentic. You get to see my first time expression, and that's who I am. I can't rehearsal that.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that kind of style.
Yeah.
That's why I love Joe Rogan podcast so much. Because I feel like it's just such, that's me, you know, just sat down with a friend and have a chat.
Yeah, they're the best kinds, relatable.
Yeah. Even though you're looking like a goddess.
Thank you.
And tell me a little bit about what you're wearing.
Royal Codes.
Yeah.
I'm literally obsessed with that shop now. And this is from an Indian brand. I love it. So yeah, you got me into it, and you're also wearing.
I was on the phone with Hart
matchy.
and Ryan last night at 11 p.m. We're actually going to do your podcast.
Oh, that's exciting.
By the way, they created Royal Code and lots of beautiful music. But we'll get to
didn't know
that
that.
in a few weeks. But this is just so,
It's so comfy,
so soft.
like buttery. I love it.
I know. And it's so natural as well.
Yeah. Obsessed.
Classy, sexy, and
Obsessed.
natural.
Obsessed.
Love it. But we're here.
Finally.
I've been so excited. I couldn't really sleep until 1 a.m. last night.
You're so cute.
Yeah. Literally, like, do you know when you're 6 years old and you get to go to the zoo next day?
And I'm the zoo.
I am definitely one of the animals in the zoo with you.
Okay.
So who are you?
Who am I? I think I'm like a very lovable penguin. Because I really want to say like I'm something graceful like an eagle, but I'm just not. Like I'm a bit clumsy, but very lovable and cute.
Incredible.
And they're graceful in the water, aren't they?
So graceful.
They're like
and they always got friends. They always
and then a
have
bit
good friends
clumsy.
around them.
Yeah.
You see that? Like
they're pack animals, aren't they? Mate for life.
I love them. I've never seen one in real life though.
Have you not?
No.
You've never
I've
been to
not.
London Zoo?
No.
Oh,
I was probably the zoo when I was in London, so
yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
I think there is still only one zoo in London.
yeah.
Don't know.
I was the zoo, so
Which animal are you in the zoo?
okay, so if avocado and bunny has a baby.
Right.
I don't even know, but
So like a squishy avocado shaped bunny.
green, healthy, clean.
Can it move, or is it like just an avocado?
I think it had movement.
Okay.
Got
fine.
to dance. Got to be able to
Okay.
dance. Yeah.
But no fluff. Is it like avocado skin? This is very important.
And a bunny, which is cute. And
Okay.
yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
expected you to say that.
Or maybe that's the energy that you bring out of me when I'm with you. Because I'm
Aw.
sitting here with you, and that's how I feel. You know, like there's a
Yeah.
side of me that
Mhm.
that. Do you know how some
Mhm.
different people bring out different side in you, different energy?
Mm-hmm.
But I just always feel like bubbly, lovely,
Oh, that's
positive,
really
cute,
nice.
sweet, real, genuine when I'm around you. So
That's
love you
really
so
nice.
much.
Oh, I love
I
you too.
appreciate you
Thank you.
for being here.
I'm so happy to be here.
And tell me about Anna.
Tell you about me. So I should probably start from the beginning. I grew up as very, very religious Christian in England, and my family were very strict within the religion, and I grew up in a very tight-knit community. And then when I got to about 18 or 19, I fell in love with this guy, and you can't have sex before marriage within the religion. So we ended up getting into trouble. We obviously had sex before marriage, and then I'm such a I can't lie to people. I ended up like confessing all of my sins to like the priest. And so they told us that we needed to get married or break up. So like, you know, when you're like first love, true love, I wasn't going to break up with him. So we got married. I was married by the age of 19.
Wow.
And we were okay for a while, but then towards the kind of 4-year mark, it just kind of started to unravel. And I just felt like I wanted more from my life. I wanted I kept saying I wanted to be free, and I didn't even really know what that meant. But I knew my soul was like craving to be free. So at this point, everything kind of unraveled, and it all got messy. And I ended up cheating on him. And again, went to the elders, confessed my sins, like the priests of the congregation. And then
Did you tell him back then?
Yeah.
Was
So
it difficult?
I told him, yeah. It was probably the hardest part of my life. Like this was like the breakdown of like everything that my biggest fears were all coming true. Like cheated on my husband. He was like breaking up with me. I had to tell the congregation that I was a sinner. And then the elders kind of decide whether you're truly sorry for what you did. And if you're not truly sorry for what you did, you get excommunicated from the religion. So I wasn't sorry for what I did because I was so unhappy and I was seeking this freedom. So at that point, I got excommunicated from the religion. And what that means is you lose connection with your family, your community, everything that I had known, my whole world, I had to say goodbye to at that point, if I didn't want to be a Jehovah's Witness again. So, yeah, it was really, really, really hard. And I felt like I was going through a death. In reality, it was really weird. And my parents did as well. And it's still super hard for them.
Who was there with you during that period?
No one really. My parents had tried to be there for me as much as they could, but once I left their house, they actually can't speak to me anymore.
So this is actually the religion, like this association, the community decision, that you got to be separated from your family.
Yeah.
And what's your parents' take? Like, if you look back, if it wasn't for the organization, like, would they be okay with you being the way you are, or you being the way you are?
Being the way I am now? No. No. my parents, their whole life and everything that they do encompasses their religion and their belief in God, and I really respect that. I'm super proud of them because that's what they love, and I wouldn't ever want them to change, because they've worked their entire life for this faith. And I still have so much love for the people in that religion because I know that they're just trying their best.
Yeah.
And then they don't know that they're doing anything wrong. But yeah, what were you going to say?
I say, is there anything you agree with them? Religion. Any moral values that you feel like it's actually quite beneficial and valuable?
Yeah, I think community is really important. And the way that I grew up with all ages around me, all different races, it was very multicultural, and I never looked at anyone like with any racism or anything, and I would go up to old people and like say auntie, uncle, and there's a lot of respect for the elders, and I love that. I think that's really missing in today's society. We're too like insular in our little world, and we don't really realize other cultures or anything. But then it's always with a kind of cap on it. That's not the right word, but there's always a way, because it's always like, oh, they have to be Jehovah's Witnesses though, so it's like
there's a label attached. Like you got to be labeled a certain way. And it's sort of meshed with, like, it determines your identity. So
yeah, exactly. So at this point I joined a gym, a CrossFit gym actually, and I met this guy at this CrossFit gym.
Another one.
And he invited me. He had a spare room in his house, and he was like, you can come and live with me. It was really cheap. So I was like, right, I'm gonna go. And at that point I knew that I wasn't gonna see my family. So it was like I just felt like I was like going through grief constantly, but they were still alive. I still feel like that now. And then I started on the road of like cleaning. I'm going to just fast track it a bit. So I was with him for 1.5 years. And it was all right, but it was like obviously a rebound and like something to get me out of the religion.
Was it a healthy connection overall, if you look back?
It was the wildest sex I'd ever had in my life.
Wow.
Which was probably the main reason why I stayed with him.
We need stories. We need to go deep into this.
It was the first time that I wanted to discover girls. And I said,
discover girls.
Yeah, I wanted to explore women with him.
Yeah.
And I remember texting him when I was at work and being like, can I sleep with a girl?
Out the blue. You know, just a regular Tuesday.
And he was like, well, you can if I get to sleep with her too. So we started having threesomes. And that's when I met the woman that's quite important later on in my life. So
do you feel like you mentioned that he's the widest
up until that point.
Sexually up to that point. Okay, that's probably answered my question. I was just going to ask, is it because you just been so liberated from what was before?
Yeah.
That it feel like such an extreme experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like a spring. I'd literally been held down for like 24 years.
Such a contrast.
And I was like able to, such a contrast. Yeah, you're right. So we started experimenting with girls, and then the relationship kind of came to an end, and I ended up moving in with one of the girls that we had a relationship with on a very friendly level. We were just friends. And she actually started escorting. And I wasn't interested in it at all, but I used to do a cleaning service. I like basically ran a cleaning business, and I was also training to be a PT.
So like
at this point.
washing dishes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's my favorite thing.
Really?
Yeah, like that's how I release my stress. 2 things: cut fruits and washing dishes. It's just there's something about it's so relaxing.
Do you like cleaning in general or just washing dishes?
Like washing? There's something about like organization skill
Yeah.
required. It's
Yeah.
like what you're gonna do first.
Yeah.
How you're gonna make like
It's like a meditation.
it's like a meditation, an active meditation with like some
yeah.
sort of management skill as well required. And it's clean. Obviously, you make it clean, so it's the sort of like cleansing. That is quite spiritual for me.
Yeah.
And cut fruits.
Yeah,
for
I
some
love
reason.
that. Yeah. It's quite sensual as well, isn't
It's
it?
so
cutting fruit?
sensual. And every fruit. So we digress. But
It's fine. We'll come back to it.
but it's the colours and then the texture of the different fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about that just beautiful.
Interestingly enough, when I was doing therapy in the beginning, he was trying to ask me to meditate and I didn't feel safe enough. It's quite common with people with really extreme trauma. You can't sit in your own body because you don't feel safe in your own body. And he was getting me to chop food without, he was like, just focus on the food. And it's,
This
it's
is the
super
guy.
healing. Yeah. That's my first therapist that I had.
Okay.
I've had a few.
Love that. We get to that. And so at this point, you kind of fading out with this guy as well.
Yeah.
But
So
then you got introduced to the woman.
yeah, I'm living with this new woman. We're having a really good time together, fun. Nothing sexual at all, but just fun. And then I'm doing my cleaning business. I'm training as a PT. I don't have any time. Like, I remember being out with my girlfriends and I was absolutely skint because I had no money because I was training to be a PT and I was in a gym like shadowing other PTs, trying to learn from them. I wasn't getting paid for that. So I was only doing two days a week cleaning. That was it. That was my money. I was out with some girlfriends, we were drinking and they were like, I was complaining about not having any money. And they were like, babe, you've got some like quite wealthy clients for cleaning, haven't you? I was like, yeah, I guess. Why? And they were like, why don't you offer like bespoke cleaning services where you're naked?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Creativity running through the roof. That's very creative. Okay.
And I was obviously a bit tipsy. So I was like, fuck it. Can I swear?
Oh, yeah.
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 I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to text them now. And I think I offered them like naked or with underwear. And I put down like loads of rules, like you're not allowed to touch me, all of these things. And both of them were like, yeah, okay, within like 10 minutes.
Within like 10 minutes?
So my earnings went like triple just from that.
Wow. How do you feel when the first time you cleaning naked?
I was petrified,
Yeah.
like petrified. And I didn't really know them very well either. I don't know why. I've always had this like innate ability to really read people's energy and just know whether they're going to be a nice person or not.
Yeah.
And it's always served me well.
Yeah.
So the first time, as soon as I started cleaning, I was properly cleaning. Like a lot of people are like, you must have just been like doing a little feather duster or whatever. No, I was marigolds on, properly scrubbing the floors,
We do it properly.
everything. Yeah.
We do everything properly, girl.
And I was dripping wet. Like I was so turned on from being watched.
Dripping wet. Yeah.
I was so turned on.
I can see that.
Because he was watching me, like admiring me. Like you always talk about being watched. It's so sexy. It feels so erotic. And knowing that he couldn't touch me as well felt even more like. And in the end, I really wanted him to touch me. He never did.
Good for him. That's a gentleman right there.
Yeah.
I'm just glad you were safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
So then, okay, you got this creative business.
Yeah. It didn't last that long.
How much
months.
did they pay you?
Bear in mind, this was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like £80 an hour.
Oh my God.
So like probably $100 an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. And bear in mind, for the normal cleaning, I was getting £13 an hour.
Yeah.
So it was
a huge
big
contrast.
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still had normal cleaning clients as well.
I love it. My guy's hustler.
I am. I really am. And then my housemate was like, she was an escort, and she was saying to me that she's got jobs like for threesomes, and
Actual having a threesome. Right.
with at work, so I would get paid like
Right.
£300 an hour.
Right.
So I thought about it, and I was like, this could actually be a really good idea, because I could go in with her. It would be super safe. We'd have a hotel room together. We love each other. Like, we've had threesomes before, so we know what we're like. We'd make it more fun for each other. So I just did it. And then I was like, actually, I really enjoy this. And we only did it for like 3 months together, but we started getting hotel rooms next door to each other. And I worked with an agency, and it was fun. And it kind of ended there. The sex work ended there. So this was 8 years ago. 3 to 6 months, nothing crazy. Well, it was crazy.
Oh, yeah. Nothing crazy. Just cutting fruits, just... I want
Any
to like
questions?
go back to that point of your life, and Ria, I'm just so curious. Was that just genuine, a passion for the art of making love? Do you feel like at some points there may be some psychological needs or emotional needs that you feel like this can give you through the sexual route with like different men? In what way you feel empowered, or like I just want to understand the emotional state, or it was just I'm having fun, and it's working, as simple as that.
I think back then it was just having fun, but I do think I was broken from my family, and I was definitely trying to fill a void in myself by sleeping with men.
Did you feel lonely?
Yeah. And I mean, like, you look at people now and they're doing that through sex. They're feeling like fuckboys or sluts or whatever. Like, you're basically doing the same thing, but you're just not getting paid for it. But then when I've done it, I did it more recently, about 3 years ago, got back into escorting. And I did it for completely different reasons. So it's quite interesting seeing the difference. And I think back then as well, I was doing it mainly for the money.
So 3 years ago, you got back to it for a bit. And what's the difference this time?
I think I really wanted to help people. I have this weird... It's not weird. It's an amazing thing where I really love giving people an amazing sexual experience, and I love seeing them heal from it. Like, sex is so sacred, you know this, and sexual priestesses are one of the most ancient things that are not around anymore because it's illegal, but it used to be legal. Men used to go to temples to get healed by women, and escorts is so taboo, but it's actually... it shouldn't be. It's like so needed if it's done in the right way. And I definitely was trying to... I didn't even really know that this is what I was doing, but I know now that's what I was doing. I was trying to help people, and I did it in a much more mindful way where I wasn't sleeping with just anyone. I was finding clients that I actually felt a vibe with.
I was just gonna say, because I mean, I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes and just imagine if I go through that and have those experiences. I know where I'm coming from most of the time. And it's... you walk into the world with the best intention, right? But obviously not every energy you come across is also coming from a good place. Or genuinely want to be healed, or to connect, or to experience pleasure, or experience intimacy. So like, how do you deal with the risk because obviously it's quite risky, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you know that this guy?
You can gauge from the chat previous. I used to talk to them before, and if they were polite and treated me with respect,
Yeah.
generally I know that I'm going to have a good experience with this person, and they're going to be open to even like, I wasn't doing anything too extreme, but like even just like eye gazing for 5 minutes beforehand, or like inviting them to have a conversation with me, a vulnerable conversation in some way or another, breathing together. But it didn't work all the time. Sometimes I ended up in a room with someone I really didn't like, and I ended up having to have the experience.
Do you have any like bad story?
There was a couple of times where
What's
it
the
wasn't
weirdest
super
thing?
Nice.
If you're comfortable to share anything, really.
You know what? The
insight
weirdest
from that.
things that have happened have been on webcam.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. But on escorting, it's been trying to think, not too crazy. I mean,
Just a unique story.
I
something
once was
interesting. Just something interesting that we're all dying to hear. Like, I'm like, tell me, give me all the tea, girl.
I did meet a film director once. This is a really nice story.
A film director. Okay.
And
You went to school?
he was like so sweet. He treated me like a fucking princess.
Okay.
Met me in the hotel bar, and he said, I want to pretend that we're movie stars and we've been on set together all day and we really fancy each other.
Oh, wow.
And he brought me champagne and he took me in the lift and kissed me really. He was quite old. He was probably 70.
Okay.
And I was like 27.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's the oldest guy I've ever slept with.
Wow. But apparently know how to treat a lady.
They know how to treat a woman.
Even that's in his fantasy. But it's a good one.
Yeah. Took me up to his room. He fed me strawberries with chocolate. And then we literally, I think we had sex for about 30 seconds. And
what is that?
And
why is that, people?
Like £700.
Any reason? Like, I can't figure it out. Like, why? Like, why?
He just couldn't last.
All right.
He couldn't last. So he kept putting it off, bless him. And then
he tries best.
The whole experience was actually amazing. But
that's a very efficient project.
I was like, £700 for 30 seconds of sex. You love clients like that because it's like so easy.
Yeah.
And he wants to talk to me afterwards. He wants to feed me chocolates and treat me like a princess, you know.
And I presume there's always safety protocol, like
you always meet them in a public place first,
and also protection.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
You do get offered like shitloads of money to go bareback, but I was always like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Even with using a condom, you still can catch things, so it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Yeah. So no really weird stories when I was escorting. Like, I had a couple of horrible people. One tried to rob me, but I already knew like what he was doing as soon as he walked in, so nothing actually happened. I just told him to leave. I worked with a girl who was a porn star, and we used to have some fun together. And like, we had one guy that used to hire us, and he used to hire like 4 or 5 girls in one night, and we'd just all be in the hotel room. And he didn't even really like want to have sex that much. He just wanted us to all be there with him, going out to dinner with him. Yeah. It was really weird. And obviously I used to get paid like 3,000 a night. So if each girl's getting paid 3,000 a night, you can imagine how much that's costing him. Yeah. Just to be there. Like, people have too much money.
What do you think these men actually want? From your experience,
I think what they really want is connection with someone, but they don't know that that's what they want. They think that they just want to have fun, have sex, and shoot a load basically. But that will leave them feeling empty afterwards. Whereas if they actually connect to me, breathe with me, see me as a person, they go away feeling a lot nicer and like they've actually had a proper sexual experience that's not empty.
Has there any been love story?
No.
Never get attached.
No. It's
No.
weird when I was in a space with a client, it was like, even if I did find them attractive, I'm in work space.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to explain. You just
It's like
go
on a
into a
compartment.
zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm playing a role, but I'm not. I'm still myself, but I do have an alter ego that is definitely that person.
Yeah. And get professional and
Yeah.
get boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah. It keeps you safe as well as a human being, because if I get attached to them in any way and they're just there because they're paying me, they obviously don't want me to get attached.
Yeah.
They're paying me for an energy exchange. If an attractive guy is coming to me for sex and paying me for sex, he just wants to have sex.
Yeah. Clear transaction.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
attached feelings.
Yeah. And it's weird actually, because there is an element of respect there, because he's paying me. He kind of respects me.
Yeah.
Because
there's a value exchange.
Yeah.
Oh no, okay, this is like off topic, but I feel like girlfriends and wives and like should also get paid.
Well, I guess they do in a way.
It's like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm having sex for free and give you affection, like, am I a non-profit organization? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just put it out there for my ladies out there. I feel like it doesn't have to be. It's not like every time, but I think I think it's also culture. Like Asian men actually very like they show love, but actually like providing like actually money to like their wife or their girlfriends, because obviously my hair doesn't just like wake up and look like this. Look, beautiful toes, beautiful fingers.
I know.
The skin doesn't just look like
money.
it costs millions.
Yeah, I know.
And it's an investment, and we invest so much in ourselves. And anyway, I digress, but
No, I agree.
what do you think
agree.
about that?
I agree. And interestingly, I had this role play idea of like a woman going up to her husband and acting like an escort and like literally getting paid.
That's actually one of my fantasies.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's fantasies, I think. It's super hot, I think.
Yeah.
Super, super hot. And actually exchanging real money and...
Because I feel like it's just an act of appreciation, to be honest, right? Because people take wives and girlfriends and like for granted.
Yeah.
Oh, like, why am I like supposed to be that way? Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's different in relationship context, but I think as a thought, it's
Yeah, no, I agree.
yeah.
I agree. We need to be treated like princesses.
Princesses, yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm happy to clean. And I'm happy
If you want
to
a
do
girlfriend
the
wife
work.
to be hot,
Yeah.
you probably should buy her things to make her look hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Cartier.
Yeah. if I have a sugar daddy, it's like fuck load of courses. Okay, swearing, but we out here anyway. Lots of courses he gonna buy for me. I want to do like
I love that.
PT. I want to go to a retreat. I
Yeah.
want to like study different
Yeah.
things. Like I just got training all years round and retreat with my girlfriends.
Yeah.
You know, send me off to like
Yeah.
Costa Rica
But it's
and do a
funny.
yoga retreat with my girlfriends.
It's interesting because I have had sugar daddies.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
They don't want to buy you stuff like that. They want to buy you like sexy lingerie and Cartier and
Like things.
Yeah, they want to buy you things. And I don't really know why, because I used to say
Yeah.
I don't want, so it's actually
What's
better
this?
just to accept the things, sell the things,
Yeah.
and then go on the things you want to
Yeah.
do. Because in the end I was like, I don't really want anything anymore, which sounds really selfish.
I
but
mean, I still like things.
I love things,
Do you know?
but it gets to a point where you're like, I don't need anything
Yeah.
anymore. I just want to do experiences now.
That's so interesting. Tell me about your sugar daddy experience. And how is that different to escorting? Like,
I'm trying to work out a way I can say it without offending anyone. I met him in a weird way, let's just say. And it ended that he was paying me monthly. I didn't meet him through an agency or anything. I met him very naturally. And he was paying me monthly for going into London to see him for dinner and drinks. And then we might go to a hotel room and he might take pictures of me, but we barely had sex.
Yeah.
It was like he just enjoyed my company, which is so nice.
That's so nice.
So nice.
That's nice.
And we actually became really good friends.
Yeah. I'm okay with the
Really
sugar
good
daddy
friends.
without the sugar.
Yeah.
Given. Like, is that okay? Like, if anybody out there.
I mean, like, there's got to be some sort of exchange.
Yeah.
But I was comfortable with the photos, and I used to arrange sometimes for him to have escorts, and I would watch. He even paid for me to have an escort once.
Oh, wow.
With a guy. He was really shit. He was
Which one is
probably the
shit?
worst.
Oh, the escort.
The
guy?
escort
Oh,
paid
Lord.
£350 for this guy, and he was probably the worst sex I've ever had in my life. It was so bad.
Jeez. Wow. So it's better with this sugar daddy than with the escort guy.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, he was alright actually. He wasn't that bad, but I didn't really. Yeah, I didn't connect with him. Like, we're just friends, and I really felt that we were just friends.
Yeah.
So it was weird having sex with him. But I digress because I really want to tell you about webcamming.
Okay.
Super interesting.
Right.
Because during lockdown, this is actually how I got back into escorting, and how I started the sugar daddy stuff. So backtrack, during lockdown, I was really bored because I wasn't allowed to work in a gym anymore. And one of my girlfriends started webcamming, and she was like, babe, I'm making quite a lot of money from this, and I'm only working like 2 hours a day. So I thought, okay, like, it seems like fun. I could do it. So I tried it, and it was actually really fun, but there is some weird people on there, because obviously, like, imagine you can't see the other person unless they want you to see them. No.
Oh, okay.
They can open their cam if they want to,
Right.
but a lot of them don't. They just type. So you can't even hear them. They're just typing.
Right.
You're just looking at a screen and they
Right.
can see you. Which sometimes was really hot because some of the guys are amazing at talking, but they're obviously not good looking. So I was like, it's better to be
Better just put that away.
But they were like telling me to do all these things. And I was like, fuck, this is hot. But one of the guys, and I really want to caveat this because I want to send him so much love, and I really, really appreciate his vulnerability of coming on camera to me, and I respect
So
it.
you saw his face.
I saw
okay.
him. I didn't see his face, but I saw him like this part. So he opened up his cam and I saw this part of him.
Right.
And he was wearing a nappy with like pink frilly knickers over the top.
Okay.
And he goes in it like a baby voice, "Hello, mummy. I'm baby Susie." And I just burst out laughing because I didn't know what else to do. Like, nervously.
Baby Susie. Okay.
"I'm baby Susie." And I go, "Hi, baby Susie."
Okay.
And he's like, "I like it when you laugh at me, mummy. Tell me I'm stupid. Tell me that I've got a small penis, and humiliate me and make me creamy my panties." I know, it's actually really sad. It makes me want to cry. But I'm like, when I'm nervous, I laugh. So I was nervously laughing, and I thought, okay, I don't want to hang up on this guy because it's going to make him feel like what he's doing is really bad. And actually, it's not really that bad. It's just, he just needs help. So I just gave him everything that he wanted.
I could really feel that.
I know. And gave him everything he wanted. He came, and then that was it. I never saw him again. But it made me really like appreciate people's vulnerability on the webcam. I was like, I've never met this person before. Everyone in his life has no idea that he's like this. It's quite an honor in a weird way to see someone's
Witness
darkest.
Yeah.
So that's probably the weirdest one. But there was also
such a powerful story.
Yeah.
There's so much unpacked there.
I know.
Like, I'm not going to get into a coaching session right now, But I'm just like, oh my
It's
lord,
so sad.
send love to this guy.
Exactly.
Pink.
I know.
Yeah.
I really hope he's got a therapist since
healing.
then. Yeah.
It was probably healing for him.
Yeah. He actually emailed me afterwards and said, "Thank you so much. That was an amazing experience for me." I was like, okay.
Who do you think is Susie?
Fuck knows.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Because that sounds like a female name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was wearing pink. He wanted to be a girl, obviously.
I'm just like my mind, just like trying to like what's
and
the,
his
might be
penis
like a
was
sister
tiny.
who probably favor the sister and just probably saying nasty thing to him. Like as a mother might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to like get into this guy's head. But too, he's obviously was trying to release that emotional sort of issues and trauma, obviously, through the sexual route.
Yeah.
With your help.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel after that?
I think I stopped working for the day. Yeah. I didn't know what to feel, to be honest. I was just really like, fuck, this world is a messed up place. People need so much help. But yeah, I didn't see him again.
Yeah.
There was another guy another time. This one's quite funny.
I'm down for a laugh anytime, baby. Like
he was in like this like alleyway, and I was
Right.
like, "What are you doing in the alleyway?"
webcam.
He was webcamming in the alleyway
Right.
next to his house. I was like, "What are you doing in the alleyway?" He was like, "My girlfriend's inside," which is awful. But
Right.
he actually didn't want to do anything sexual. Listen to what he wanted to do.
Okay.
He got himself hard, and then he had like this stick. It's like a drumstick almost, or like a chopstick, but like a really long chopstick. And he wanted to put it down his dap side, his hole.
I don't understand which hole.
The hole in the penis where the pee comes out. He wanted to put it down it.
Okay.
And he wanted to see my reaction to him putting it down. Right in. Like all the way in.
Oh!
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Today's been enough for me. I can't do this. I'm leaving. I'm not coming back. I can't do this. I need water. Are we breathing? Are we breathing? Okay.
This was it. That's all he wanted to do.
He did
that. I
does
did
it
a reaction
bleed?
like that. No. I was like, does it hurt? He was like, a bit. He'd obviously done it so many times because he loves girls' reactions that he was just used to it. I don't understand. Can you unpack that?
Guys out there, I mean, okay, we're asking the men out there. If you put a chopstick into the hole in the mid of your penis, apparently, like
It's called Jap side, right? I don't know.
I what's English? Does it hurt?
It must be.
Let us know in the comment.
I mean, I've heard that putting a golf ball inside that is the same as childbirth for a man.
I think putting anything.
Yeah, but like
literally.
imagine. But it was like so long that it was going beyond his penis. I was like, surely that's really like not good for you.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's doing it in the alleyway next to his house where his girlfriend's in the house. Like, what the actual?
Wow. Fascinating.
Can
My
you
potential
unpack that?
client. These are all of your clients are my potential client. Different rooms though, but we all got to get to work. You know? Okay. Oh God.
Yeah. Weird. Really weird. I had a couple of guys where they would open up their cam and they would be like in their wife's stockings and heels, and they would have like a massive beer belly, And I was just like, I couldn't help but
Do you
laugh.
think these are like secretly bisexual?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
Or wanting to be
They
a
look
woman.
quite normal. They look quite masculine.
They look like
you
a
would
builder.
be able to
Like
tell.
the kind of builder, like the kind of builder that would whistle at me on the street,
Wow.
drink beer in the pub on a Friday night. Like,
You could never
you
tell.
just wouldn't know.
You just never tell.
And I had to keep a straight face and be like, wow, this is
Professional, yeah.
this is so new to me. Oh my God, you look so sexy.
I cannot do that. I will be a cartoon character in all of these scenarios. Like, I would not be able to do anything. I would just laugh, and that's all I'm gonna do. So, respect for you to being like keeping it professional.
Thank you. It was when I realized that they were showing me their most vulnerable state that I was like, I can't keep laughing at these people, because I did in the beginning. I was laughing, and I was like,
and obviously that's the immediate reaction. But my mind's always like, what do they need?
Yeah.
You know, like that's all I've been like, even all these stories.
What do they need?
I'm just like, what do you need? Tell me. You know, like where, you know, where's.
It's so sad. Where do you start with a man like that? Like, how?
And imagine if we're dating a guy.
Oh God.
And that's what he does, but we're not seeing each other. Imagine that.
But you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it.
As in, like, you know, we're dating a guy, knowing a guy,
back.
right? You might go on a date with a guy next week, and like everything's fine, and we like, but then in the closet, he's doing this with like, he's paying for services that like.
I just hope that if I ever do have a boyfriend or a husband that wants to do that, that he has the ability to come to me and we can actually either do it together or talk about why he wants to do it together.
What do you reckon, like, the population of men that had all these weird fantasy and just kinky?
High.
Wow.
I think it's high.
Wow.
I think men have some, like, I met women as well.
And women as well.
Yeah, but men have some dark fantasies that they want to play out. And, like, have you heard about the Madonna whore complex?
Please elaborate.
So there's, this is why men cheat in general. I mean, women do too, but majority of I don't know actually if that's true, but I think majority of men cheat. And basically it's because they don't want their wife to be a whore. So the wife is like the Madonna, the sacred person, the mother of their child. They don't feel like they can act out all of their sexual desires and deepest, darkest fantasies with their wife, because they want her to stay clean and sacred and like a virgin, but not a virgin. Yeah. So they go to the whore, and they can't be the same person. The Madonna and the whore, they can't be the same person.
Do you think that shows that the man is not fully integrating his own light and shadow? Because when there's a split, right? Because this side judge this side within himself. So then there's the division within himself. And he can't integrate his own light and shadow and embrace everything.
Yeah.
He will come out and also put people in boxes and put women in boxes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's such
it's
a human
super sad.
phenomenon.
Yeah, super, super sad. And they're like viewing one as right and one as wrong almost.
Yes.
Whereas there's nothing wrong with either of those things.
It's the same with sexuality, right? I mean, I've talked about this quite a bit, but you have the repressed version, which is religion, and you have the perverted version, which is porn. And we lose natural sexuality. Like, what's the authentic essence of eros, sexual energy? It's either it's bad or good, right? It's either suppressed or perverted. And we don't even know how to connect naturally, how to feel our body authentically and feel our sensation connect to our body. And hence there's this disconnection, mind, heart, vagina. And obviously that's gonna translate into disconnection to everyone around you.
Mm.
You cannot accept yourself, hence you don't accept others.
Yeah. It's super sad.
I mean, it's deep. I don't want to get too deep
super
because
sad.
it's just my mind going like
Yeah.
Zealand things right now.
Mm.
We're gonna keep it lighthearted for this one.
What do you think is the kind of first steps that someone can take to really connect to their body?
So I say, even with like, let's take an example as a man, because I feel like
Someone's
as a
hungry.
woman, if I'm hungry, yeah, I know. We're more in tune with our body, generally speaking. So, for example, man, when he masturbate, or women as well, where do you start?
Yeah.
Do you start
Yeah.
with a fantasy? Do you start with watching something visually, thinking about something? So that's the mind realm, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I have a girlfriend who's like, oh, my rabbit gonna make me come in 2 minutes, which there is time and space for that.
Mm-hmm.
But if that's your go-to, that's not natural sensuality and sexuality. It takes 20 minutes for you to be turned on.
Yeah.
It takes 20 minutes to feel your body, feel your breasts, feel your nipples, get into the mood, create a sacred space. Massage, self-massage, breast massage, oil, all the sensation need to be turned on. So I feel like when you actually take time to feel your body without a mental fantasy, without a mental sort of thoughts, and just see what comes up sensationally in your body. With men, it's touching your penis without thinking about anything and just feel what's there.
Yeah. Not having porn
Not having porn, not having to think about anyone.
Away,
just go slow.
Yeah.
Just turn off your phone, and we don't have to run to anywhere. We're just here. We just feel what comes up.
How do you feel about porn?
I don't come from a place of this is right, this is wrong, because I don't think life is black and white. Everything is about your relationship with it and not the thing itself. But the mechanism of porn is what we need to understand. When you watch porn, where is your attention? It's here. It's everything visual, everything is here. You literally actually not being in the moment and not in touch with your body. And the way that porn is created, right, the actual content that is far from reality, a lot of it is...
It's so fake.
It's so fake.
And then that's what people think that sex is. Growing up, that's how people learn about sex. And men think that's how women should look.
It's just like... So the mechanism of how it's created, because it's created with a certain agenda for you to be addicted to the dopamine and increasing stimulation like ever and ever, that gonna actually make you lose your natural sensuality and sexuality. So that's it's undesirable in that sense.
Yeah.
So it's
But if we could change porn into something that's actually real and beautiful and like raw and unfiltered and real people, then maybe it would be super helpful.
So basically, porn, what is porn? It should be visual arts that capture the art of making love, right?
Yeah.
It's through videos and...
Yeah.
And what are we capturing? Are we capturing the truth? Are we capturing natural sex?
I wonder how many fake
Are we capturing
orgasms.
intimacy? Or are we capturing it's all fake?
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
I wonder how many fake orgasms there's been in porn.
What's the number?
I'd love to know.
Also, like the angle of certain things to make the penis looks bigger. And, and then guys are like, oh my God, like... And then, I mean...
They're always hard, like no one's ever going... Like no one ever like fanny farts or something,
Women, like... Of course, I've looked at some of the porn before, I'm like, she's crying.
Yeah, yeah.
She's crying.
In pain,
She's in pain.
Yeah.
There's no way that woman is feeling pleasure. It's miserable.
Yeah.
And I recently watched some podcasts like Lex Friedman
Mhm.
invited.
him.
They've been quite open at this podcast space that invited some sex worker to come and share the experience. But it's insane how much drugs they have to take before they go on set, and it just it's quite horrendous.
So sad. It's not needed either. Like if they just got people with real connection, and just film. There is people doing it. There's people doing good things in porn, but you have to pay for it. Pay for your porn. Yeah, it's so important. Pay for ethical porn.
My thing is, it's visual arts capturing the art of lovemaking. So where is porn? You know, like compared to that definition, is it art? Is it lovemaking? Is it natural? Is it reality?
It might fulfill a kink or something, a fetish that you desire that you can't get in real life, which is cool as well. I've watched porn in that way because it's like something that I can't do right now. So it fulfills that need, but it's not something that I always need. It's just like dip in and out.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm gonna come in honest. There were a period when I watched porn. Yeah. I mean, I've been single for 6 years. I went celibate for nearly 2 years. Well and it's tough being a single woman with needs and desires. But I can notice the quality of orgasm when I watch porn versus when I'm just present with my body. I create this sexy, sacred space for the temple of her and feeling my body and just diving in, just taking a bath in sensuality. It's the only difference is timing. So I noticed that when I do that, it's probably going to be 40 minutes, half an hour. Yeah. That you really be present with your body. But the quality of an orgasm and of the whole experience, it just is
so much better.
I feel like I have 2 minutes orgasm and it just keep going and you're just glowing. Whereas porn, come quickly, go quickly.
It's normally only like a 10-minute video as well, so you're like trying to come like.
But actually, funny, like when I used to watch porn, I don't anymore. But I find myself going there and watch the initial part where they like making out. Yeah. And like the guys like trying to seduce the woman and they talk and like that part, and I don't necessarily go into like the main action part. That's probably just also again I'm trying to find an intimate need like through porn. It's how conscious are you, what's your relationship, are you addicted, do you really you need it every single time to have an orgasm, are you communicating with your partner, do you have a healthy relationship with porn? But generally society is probably better off without it, for sure. Yeah, I agree. I'm not here to judging anybody. No. But that's where we're at.
Yeah, I agree. What's your kind of like favorite thing that a guy does, either leading up to sex or like during sex? Like what things could he do to really, really turn you on?
I think communication is a big thing for me. Like you can always tell if there's a banter, if he's a bit cheeky. So I feel like everything is foreplay. I love a 2 days foreplay. Yes. Everything is leading up to that, you know, like I like when a guy's just kissing you in your erotic zones and it's a very slight touch. I like energetic, that yearning and that longing, like that really turns me on. Have you heard of Blueprint, erotic Blueprint?
Yes. Yeah, I did mine.
Types of
I can't remember the types lovers now.
So you've got energetic, sensual, sexual, kinky, and shapeshifter.
Yeah, I was sensual and kinky, I think, and my ex was a sexual, and I was like, this explains.
That's the whole party right there. You got everything.
No, but he just wanted to like have sex quickly, and I was like wanting to build up to like you, like 2 days. I need like building.
I love that. I love being in that space. It's because everything in your body is turned on.
Exactly.
Your mind is turned on. Your heart is turned on. Your vagina is turned on. Like everything is on.
Yeah.
And it's just that feeling of being desired.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. It's so rare to find that.
It's rare.
Oh,
Because you're going to take a man who's connected
yeah.
to everything, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And the one that can make you laugh as well.
Hugely
Like-
important. Oh my God. As I get older, I'm like, humor, please. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Humor
long
over a
ride.
6-pack any day.
100%. 6-pack's overrated.
Overrated.
For sure.
I actually genuinely don't care.
I really don't care. I mean, as long as you don't have like a belt, like
Yeah.
you know, like you work on
Yeah.
yourself, but I don't care. I really don't care. I like dad board actually.
Yeah, a little bit of a dab on
Yeah.
is fine.
I like to like be able to like hold on
Yeah.
to things. I'm like, I need to hold on to things. You know, I can't be skinny and shredded. Like,
And you want to feel like the small one as well, don't you? You want to feel dainty
small
and like,
spoon.
yeah. I think every woman wants to feel like.
But yeah, but I like when you say things in my ears.
Oh my God, I love that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I love that so
And it can be like
much.
out the blue, just
Yeah.
like random. Like we can
Yeah.
be like, I don't know, out at lunch
Yeah, exactly.
and in a public place.
If they grab your neck.
yeah, and just say the right thing.
Yeah. Like quite
but
firmly.
like subtle. You
Yeah.
know?
I love that.
Um,
Both of us need to go on a date.
we're gonna do that.
We need to do a double date for sure.
So I never been on a double date,
Neither
and
have
it's
I.
on my to-do list. And
we're gonna do it.
we're gonna do it. Yeah,
In Bali.
in
together.
Bali. Yeah.
How are we gonna do it?
So I was talking to some. I'm actually trying to get advice,
Okay.
but people are like, okay, you should go to the different gym
Okay.
and just like come up to guys and like
So the one in where we're staying together.
probably
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we could just go up to them and be like, "Hey, do you want to go on a double date?"
I never asked the guy out. First of all, I never go on a double date. Right, and
This is a good test for you.
so this is a good test for me. Yeah, I'm just
They're not going to say no.
probably not.
They're going to say no.
I feel so sad if I got rejected. To be honest, like my first time I asked the guy out and I got rejected.
I went on a sacred sexuality retreat actually, and one of the tasks on that retreat was getting a no from someone
Yeah.
about anything. So the whole week you
Yeah.
had to go up to someone and ask them something scary and vulnerable
Yeah,
and try and get a no.
yeah.
And I just couldn't get a no. And I was like,
Oh,
I
she
don't
can't
know.
get a no. It's such a problem.
such a problem.
Such a
But-
problem.
but
Reject me.
I got home
Reject
and
me.
this guy rejected
break my
me.
heart. Break my heart. I need some misery in my life.
I did. I got home and this guy rejected me, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is my no.
Yeah.
This feels awful.
Yeah.
I don't want to do
Did
this
she have?
again."
Did he had a girlfriend?
No,
No.
he was a
Yes.
lot older than me,
Right.
and he said he was in the tantric space, and I was just beginning to come
Yeah.
into that space, and I was probably still quite like, I was very new, and I didn't really know what I was doing at all.
Yeah.
I was still escorting as well at this point. So fair enough. He was just like, "Look, I think you're a beautiful woman, but we're just in different places energetically right now."
Mm.
And I was like,
Respect. Oh. Yeah, but it must hurt.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, "No, we're in the same place," and just like really egotistically, like, and now I can really see what he meant. So
Yeah.
thank you for my no.
That was
if
a
you're
blessing.
listening.
That's a good man. He's a good man. Imagine the worst thing is being with a guy and then like getting no after like a couple of months,
Yeah, that's even
and you
worse.
think that was a yes, but it's actually a no.
Yeah.
F boy. Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you?
Probably once.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I think it's just because I just don't like the idea of the planting seed in your head that, oh, we're gonna have like a certain future. You know, they really understand your psychology.
Yeah.
So then you sort of fall in love with the version that you're trying to build.
You soften.
Yeah, and then you get softened and you be vulnerable. And then, you know, if they've got a change of heart and they're just like, and then I think you're just in grief with the version that you have about that. about what he say he's going to be, or like how he thinks he feels.
Yeah.
But I think every time it just train your emotional muscles, you know, it just train. You can't stop people from hurting you.
Mm.
Just got to learn to be okay with that as time goes by.
Regulating yourself.
And just understanding that somebody's behavior is their own struggle.
Mm.
So it's not about you. Yeah.
It's so true. I've really started to learn that as I grow up.
Yeah.
It's not 9 times out of 10 it's not about you.
100%. Yeah.
How did you get into the work that you do?
Jeez. It's been a long journey, but actually, I actually never really talk about it. But long story short, very nerdy as a kid, very caged the way my parents raised me. Went to England to boarding school since I was 10. Lot of child trauma. And so my life was very black and white. From 10 to like 21, A-star student, study. That was my drug.
That's how you get love.
Yeah, that's how I numb myself out and just focus on that. And then I graduated law, worked for Mayor Brow GSM, worked for private banking for a bit, and then got involved in the real estate and hospitality project. And that was... So then I became a workaholic. And I was very much in my masculine energy because of fear and not trusting people and nobody's out here. I need to take care of myself, all that mentality. Because a lot of unprocessed, like, emotional trauma. Very absent in all my ex-relationships. And then I got a breakdown in 2019. And where, from the outside, everything looked perfect. And in the inside, I would just want to die. Because I wasn't alive. I wasn't authentic. I was just in survivor mode. So much need for like getting my parents' validation, and just a lot of sadness and anger that I never actually processed. So I started to travel, and then I did the Everest Base Camp, lots of adventures. Then I go back to school and did psychotherapy and counseling because I was like, okay, this is not working. Me trying to run through every cities every other week, it's just me running to my body, physical. To like numb out what I need to heal. And I'm like, okay, I probably should see a shrink. Before I go and see a shrink, I'm going to go and study about this shit before somebody tell me that I'm nuts. So I went back to Regent University and did psychotherapy and counseling, and then COVID happened. And then I was like, do I want to get vaccinated? Went to Mexico because that was the only place that didn't require that.
I remember that.
And then that's when you know, the whole world slowed down. There's not much. And my entire life, I was so scared to be slow and behind people. And I'm like, bloody hell. Suddenly, everybody had to sit home and meditate together. Like, there's nowhere to run. So that's Mexico really sort of start my true healing journey, where I really sat with myself and listened to my heart and exposed to so many different somatic modalities. And then got back to Vietnam last year and I did my yoga teacher training in Bali and finished my somatic trauma therapy training and then body intimacy. So it's just it's really a journey of coming back to my authentic self because I've got to a place that I live such an inauthentic masculine shield that my higher self, the woman in me, was screaming. She was like, what are you doing? You cannot ignore me or you're going to die.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or you're going to die.
Yeah.
So I'm a woman.
Yeah.
I'm a woman.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
And we're here to celebrate that.
Yeah. We're free. Like when I was screaming at my husband, I wanted to be free. And finally living that dream. Like I'm traveling. I don't have anything at all tying me down, which is, in a way it's beautiful, in a way it's not beautiful, because I would love to have a family and stuff, but at this moment in time I know that this is what's right for me and this is what's meant to be happening.
That's so incredible, because the word freedom, when I was working at the real estate project, I was going through phases where navigating the direction of the company to reach to a place of complete financial freedom. It was a massive project.
Mm-hmm.
But there was, every day, the mantra was freedom for the company
Mm-hmm.
and for what I was, it was a fun puzzle to play with. But I didn't realize that there was actually freedom for me, that she was calling me
Yeah.
to follow my freedom. So I'm just grateful with everything that happened. I broke up with the ex-boyfriend. He was a lovely, lovely, lovely human being, and he wanted a family, and I knew I was going to be a shitty wife. So, heal before date. And that's why I've been single, and I want to do it right.
Me too.
I want to do it from here. And we take our time,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's no rush.
He's out there. Is my man out there?
Yeah. Anyone?
Anyone?
We'll accept letters. Handwritten letters.
Handwritten letters, yes, please.
Sprayed with aftershave. Yeah. Love
How
you.
about you? How's your dating life now?
Well, I was talking to you about this yesterday. I'm just so fed up of dating apps like every other person in the world. I've tried them and had some really bad experiences. Like, yeah. So I'm not on anything currently, and I'm just like, if it happens, it happens. But I'm just like you. I go to bed at 9 o'clock every night.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, how the hell am I going to meet someone?
Every time.
They're just going to magically turn up at my door, I'm hoping. And
literally, I get home at 7. I got into the shower, came out, eat a soup, and then I'm like, I've got my skincare routine going, and it's like 8, and I'm like, that's all I do now is light a candle and going to bed.
Yeah. And
I look at my clock. I'm like, how am I going to be having a hot girl summer when I need to be in bed by 8? Like, it doesn't. Yeah.
We need to bring
somebody, please. Like, come in with some advice. Like,
we need to bring each other out of ourselves.
Then every time by 10, I'm like, I'm tired of this shit.
Can we do like day things? Like, can people start doing day things?
Morning
please?
Date. Gym date, recovery area date,
and like daytime
beach walk,
bar things.
Yeah,
like, why do we need to drink at night? It's way worse to drink at night because you can't sleep then. Why can't we do like a day drinking thing?
Yeah,
where it's like have a few drinks in the day and then you're in bed at 9.
I just don't go out late at night. Like, I'm like, no. Like, can you brush your teeth at 7 p.m?
Yeah,
no, literally just ask guy that. No,
easily,
just filtering out. Because my husband is gonna be happy with that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm probably weird, but
no, I don't think you're weird at all.
Yeah, I just filter out a lot of people. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
But
what's the kind of main questions you ask on a date? Like, do you have anything?
Not going to so much deep, but I would ask question like, who are you closer with, like your mom or your dad? Because I think the relationship with the primary caretaker role is really important in the way they're brought up. Not to say that, obviously there's a lot of people that went through trauma and then healed themselves, but it can give you some context of whether the person can be avoidant or anxious attached, or it's been a healthy one. Especially with the guys, the relationship with the mother.
Yeah. Would you ask, like, do you want kids straight away?
No. Yeah, probably second date. That one. Yeah. What are you looking for?
Yeah, that's super
increasingly.
Important. That's super important.
I've written this down like a few years ago, but I feel like sometimes you go on a date and then it's just and then you feel like, and you're not so straightforward about it.
I have no idea.
But now I'm like,
yeah,
if you're not answering, if I don't feel like you're serious about this answering this question, I'm like, fuck my face.
Yeah, 100%. But if they just came to you and said, "I'm a fuck boy," like in a nicer way than that, it would be all right. But
completely. Like, what we don't want is lack of transparency.
Yeah.
What we don't want is dishonesty. So, and not every single time we go out, we're looking for like a husband.
No.
There are phases where we actually just want to focus on ourselves, get back into shape, implementing new habits and have a little romance.
And if there's a strong connection, a sexual connection, then maybe we do just want to have sex. Like,
but just we respect you so much more if you guys just express what it is that you really truly want.
And say you want to treat us like a queen.
it has to be. Right, I think I made a video recently.
Yeah, I know.
But I find you really
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to treat you right and touch you right.
Can you look at me while you think? Like,
All right. Anna,
Coco.
I find you absolutely stunning. I want to treat you right and touch you right.
Yes.
I'm not looking for a relationship at the moment, but I will not take my eyes off the goddess in front of me right now. And I wait for you.
Okay. Yeah, just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
It's hot. It's hot in
I need
here.
some water.
It's hot in here. Oh my god.
If a guy said that to me, I would literally melt.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
just
melted when you said it.
authentically. You know, just yeah. So
Yes, please.
I don't think they do that. Not really.
No.
Yeah, recently I asked the guy, like, what are you looking for? It's like, oh, something casual, ... like a wife. You know, trying to be funny, but yeah, really, you're a fuckboy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Or is he trying to be casual but saying he wants a wife? I don't know. I can't really read that.
No, there's a lot of context, but he's definitely like an F-boy. Yeah, I
You
understand what
have
you're
the
saying.
context.
Yeah, but I
You
can
have
share
the
that with you in the
context.
chat later. But I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm very good. Straight, yeah.
Absolutely not.
I think one of the things that people often do not ask on dates, like you talk about like, oh, like you check emotional compatibility, right? You check like lifestyle compatibility, but you don't really talk about like sexual compatibility.
No.
Emotional intellect, of lifestyle values.
How many times have you got into, like, have you really liked someone and then you've got into bed with them and it's just been awful? That's happened to me more times than I can imagine.
Yeah.
And it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want to teach someone from scratch how to have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can obviously teach them little tricks here and there. But, like, if they can't kiss, they can't move their hips. They can't move their body with you.
Move the hips.
It's really,
What can
it's
a man
really
do?
important for a guy to be able to move his hips.
You want a Latino.
It doesn't have any passion. Like,
passion.
Can't speak to me. Isn't sensual. Like, doesn't have any kink. Doesn't want to change positions. Like,
It's so important.
How can you train that? You can't train that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can train
And how do you know if you don't talk to each other? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I see.
Exactly.
I'm just ask questions.
But then, do you think a lot of guys talk the talk and don't walk the walk?
But then you can tell from the quality of their answer,
Okay.
right?
Fine.
If they just say something, just sort of like brush it off, or if they're trying to like give a very formal answer, so that you don't know, you know when a man is speaking, it's not really in tune.
Yeah.
It's a woman intuition.
Yeah.
That you can
So
discern that.
What kind of question would you ask a guy? How would you describe yourself in bed?
I think I would ask similar, like, have you heard of the erotic blueprint?
Okay, yeah.
Probably like third or fourth date, it will be like the BDSM test. Because honestly, like, I love understanding.
How do you come up in that
How?
BDSM test?
Huh?
How do you come up in the BDSM test?
Very interesting. Do
Yeah.
you want to know?
Yeah. We all want to know. Everybody wants to know.
Oh, jeez. So apparently I'm very even across the board. So there's nothing that like 0.
Really?
Yeah, like it's like a smooth from 98%.
But some of them are really weird.
Like what?
There's like ones where you want to act like an animal.
Pet.
Like a pet. You want to be a pet.
I can see a leash. I can see me be a little kitten, no? I can be a bunny. I'm an avocado bunny. Have you remembered?
Okay.
I actually got high on a pet.
Okay, there's blood play.
Blood
There's
play?
like ones where you wanna cut the other.
What? I don't
the-
think
yeah.
I've seen that one.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if you've done the extreme. There's
Oh,
two.
that's okay.
There's
That's
two.
probably
Maybe
okay.
not done the
I
extreme.
No, I'm probably not into the blood thing. No, I'm fine. Like, I don't even take me a year to get my earpiece. So yeah, probably not. But I think my highest is actually. Can you guess what it is?
Exhibitionist.
No,
No.
that is low for me.
Really?
I like to watch. I don't like to be.
Really?
I don't like being watched. But I like to
That's
watch.
so interesting to me because you
Yeah.
love being watched with dancing and being on display. You to me you like being on display,
It's so weird that way.
but not during sex.
No,
Okay.
no. That's like one of the lower one.
Okay, I don't know then.
Yeah.
You've stumped me.
Yeah, that's so interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah. So my highest is prey.
Oh, okay.
So I would match really well
Yeah.
with somebody who's want to be a hunter.
Yeah, I love that as well.
Yeah, that's literally.
Yeah.
How about you? What's
Animalistic.
your highest one?
Animalistic sex is the best. I can't actually remember. I did it so long ago and
Yeah.
it might have even changed now. But I was pretty high on the non-monogamous
Oh
scale.
wow.
And very what's the opposite of, I can't think of the word. I was very submissive as well.
Yeah.
Very
yeah.
submissive.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, and the prey
Yeah.
one was quite high on mine as well.
Yeah.
And I'm an exhibitionist. I love.
Yeah, I can
love-
see that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love going to sex. I've been to so many different types of sex
Wow,
parties.
I've been invited to so many, and I've never
You've
been.
never been.
I'm
That
like,
just
I'm-
shows me that you're not an I wish
Yeah,
I knew that.
literally. I'm like, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a sex party in Dubai. Like,
Wow.
it's a bit.
Can you just go there and watch people? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
definitely.
Because like I can imagine me going
But
there
there
with
will
a
be-
mask on to watch people, and then I'd be writing stuff afterward, like my social experiment. Like I like, okay, what is her need? You know, what's his emotional need? Like that's literally how I am. It'd be so
I'm like head first
fascinating.
in, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, there, right?
Yeah.
You can watch.
So,
I don't go to them anymore though. I'm like, I feel like it was a phase of my life and I needed to do it,
Yeah.
and then now I'm like, okay, I've had enough now.
I love how wired you are. You're a wide woman.
I feel like I just want to try everything, you know,
That's
just try
so
it once
good.
and then see if I like it, and if I don't, I won't do it again. Yeah, it's kind of my motto, I guess.
Wow.
You got
That's
to try
very brave.
everything once.
That's very brave.
Thank you.
I look like I'm it.
You
but
look like you're very.
I'm actually quite close.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite conservative.
Yeah,
I like to understand things.
and you
I
like
want to-
fantasizing about it, or no?
To a
Would
sex
you-
party?
Yeah,
No,
no.
not really.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
How about a threesome?
I think okay, like I don't know, but like immediately when you say sex party, would you know what's the first word coming to my head?
Dirty.
Hygiene. I'm a bit OCD.
I'm like that as well now.
Yeah.
I'm like
But
that
I'm
as
like,
well. I never used to be, but
hygiene.
I really am now.
Yeah.
I used to just think, I just have this like, it was quite beautiful really. Like when I was young, I was just like, I'll be all right. Like it'll be fine. But now I'm like, is this glass been washed properly? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
To the extent.
Yeah.
Well, it's annoying.
Yeah. So yeah, I used to be really bad. Like I would open the fridge, and if like the cans and the bottles are like all like there's not like a smooth from tall to short, I would have to like rearrange, even though it's like 2 a.m. at night.
Wow.
Like that's but now I'm better. I'm chill. I'm more chill now.
So like, if the books are like rearranged differently, you're not going to go over there.
Yeah, like it's symmetrical. You know, like yeah, it's give me peace.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Bless you. Oh, I was going to talk about. Have you ever had any like BDSM experiences?
I'm definitely on the BDSM test. I'm actually high on submissive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Probably not a full-on experience, to be
No.
honest. Just bring that energy in,
Yeah.
and through
Someone's been
communication,
dominant
yeah,
on you.
but not actually like acting out with like
Yeah.
toys and things like that.
Yeah. I basically had a dom on Webcam, and he wanted to meet me, and he was older, and we kind of like met in the park,
Yeah.
and he told me to have my hair a certain way. He told me to wear something a certain way, like no panties, like everything was set out. I had to walk on a certain side of him, like, and then every now and again he'd like grab my neck and like whisper in my ear. It was really hot.
Yeah.
And we did actually get to having, but it was all tension building. We go for dinner, and then I wouldn't see him for a few weeks. He might call me every now and then, but it was very, hello sir,
Build up.
yeah, massive build up. And then eventually we were in a hotel room together, and we did have a play session, but the problem was I didn't really fancy him enough. I don't think.
This is a client or like someone you dated?
It was a client, but then it turned into someone that I was kind of, it wasn't really dating. It was just like to have this experience with this guy.
Yeah.
And he was paying, I'm pretty sure he was paying for things for me. I can't remember now. He was like paying for my rent or something.
Yeah.
And then I also met another dom at a sex party, and he was like really hot, and he was actually in an open relationship. And I was staying in the Four Seasons in London one night, and it was like this fucking insane room. And he comes knocking on the door with his like massive suitcase full of toys, and he just like gives me this experience that is absolutely crazy. And I, at the end of the night, I was covered in bruises, but it was amazing. Like it's so true that pain and pleasure are so actually so like connected, so close.
Yeah.
And if it's done in the right way, where your brain is so turned on, it's so sexual when it's like when they're hitting you.
Yeah.
And obviously I could say stop at any point. He gave me all the safety things were in place.
Yeah.
I felt so safe with him, but he was very, very rough with me. That's the end of that story.
No, yeah, okay. So moving forward, I feel like we have so much to talk about, and this is like a little intro. We probably have to come back for a second episode.
Yeah.
Definitely. But
I would love that. I've had so much fun. Thank you for having me on.
And we're gonna dive deeper into, because I would love to understand more on the psychology.
Yeah.
And the emotional.
Definitely. And I'm going through my Tantra. I want to move into more Tantra world as well, so we'll be able to talk more about that.
Just real life stories.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so happy. We just need to come back to the studio and do another one. Seriously.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I love you very much. I'm very happy that I met you.
I'm so excited for your journey and all the new experiences.
Do that double date.
If any of you interested, please send CV. CV. I'm kidding.
She's not though.
No. Bye guys. Oh shit, oh my god, see? That's